cure. We in the business of building prescriptions to pass the wrong. Got a Christian that's vaccinated, that's sedated, but we out here giving the antidote. Got a cure for your deadly disease and STDs. Have a dose. We was built for the battle. Just pass me the scalpel and we can go under the microscope. Our approach is full of finesse. By the science, he under duress. Heart is beating, just look at his chest. Cardiac, he under arrest. My people, they needing that medicine. They sleeping, they needing the sedatives. Seize a bowl to ease the pain. I need some more hope. Just a coat, we'll do it like this. All bands on the wrist, cut the sin like a sis. And my God in the midst, put the scripts in the mix. Twofold like a Twix and switch to the lips. But it's bitter to the belly, all in and it's heavy. Clean cuts, no machete. Cure, come and get ready. Hold on. Oh, wow, Jerusalem, trying down. Only way to say to colonize mine. Yeah, it's time for the cure. Oh my God, make my Bible come alive. So my people start to finally realize that it's time for the cure. Yeah, it's time for the cure. Yeah, it's time for the cure. Worldwide, prophets turning upside down, going live. Babylon is on fire.
Shalom, Osiah Christ, bless him. Officer Zariah. With me, I got to my right.
Officer Hosanna.
To my left.
Officer Zacchaeus.
To my right.
Officer Yehukanan.
To my left.
Officer Caleb.
And all the way on the end to my right.
Officer Baraka.
Then we got Officer Gedaliah in the cut reading for us today. He ain't got no camera over there, so you probably won't see him. But all praises. We the crew today. And we got a jam-packed show today, right? Because last time we talked about the shared hatred that the so-called Caucasian and the so-called Chinese have for God's people, right?
Right.
Well, guess what? We ain't done. Yes. These nations got to get it. They gonna understand. They gonna learn today. Pull the thumbnail up just so we can see it. Pull today's thumbnail up. Just say Deep South Conspiracy: A Shared Hatred 2, the sequel. Oh, pray we finna get it in. Got some mighty men on the show. We finna turn it up. All praise to the Most High. So, without further ado, let's get into. We're going to jump to the emergency room because we got some sick people out here. Our people sick. Y'all check this one out. Y'all, let me know what y'all think. Pull it up right there. We got our sister, Candace Owens, and she do a lot of stuff that we don't agree with, you know. But sometimes the sister be on point. Check this out. Pull that video up.
In your rhetoric, you're saying that it's a mental disorder.
It is a mental disorder. That's what I learned in
disorder.
school.
It's not
It
a
is
mental disorder. Okay,
if you
so
think that you're a boy and you're actually a girl, you are suffering from a mental disorder, obviously, because you can't actually change your sex, obviously.
I know
you can
plenty
get,
of children
you can get,
now. I know
you
plenty
can
of
play
young,
dress up, but you can't
I know
change your
plenty
sex.
of young people and old people who are trans, right? And they are not pretending. And it is not a mental disorder.
Well, it is
They
pretending because
know-
you will literally never be able,
they
if you are a
know-
little boy, to grow up and have a
and
baby
their
because you're
parents
not a
know.
little, you're
And
not a little
I
girl.
would hope that your child would not grow up, or your children would not grow up, and then thinking that they're trans, and then their parents telling them the exact opposite.
I would
That
tell
not-
them that they have a mental disorder, and
Yeah.
we're going to get them help.
Straight up, drop a bomb on Candace, man. Yes. It's a doggone mental disorder. You have to be out your mind to think as a young man. Well, I don't feel like a tiger today.
Right.
You understand? I'm a little girl now. I'm a princess. Boys can be princesses too.
Exactly.
But you never have the female anatomy. You'll never be able to have conceive a child in that way, carry a child for 9 months. That ain't you. You ain't made like that.
Right.
Wow. So
Right.
when you got them type of thoughts, yes, it's clear that that's a mental disorder.
Mm-hmm.
God say the same thing. Let's pop it out. Romans 1:26. Watch what God say.
The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 26.
Bring it out.
Who? For this cause, God gave them up unto vile affection.
Mm-hmm.
For even the women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
So what we see, transgenderism, gender dysphoria, homosexuality, that is a vile affection.
Right.
Right? That ain't right. It's you know what I'm saying? It's against everything that's natural, everything that God created.
Verse 27. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman,
Goodness gracious. Come on.
burn in their lust one toward another.
So we see these things are lust. There's nothing natural, or there's no, people say love is love, right? That ain't got nothing to do with none of that. God says that's lust. Read.
Men with men.
Uh-huh.
Working that which is unseemly.
Men with men working that which is unseemly. I don't care if the other man look like a woman, got a wig on like a woman, well dressed like a woman. That's a man.
That's a man, Damon.
That's a boy, Damon. You see what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is, in order for you to think otherwise, there has to be something wrong with you upstairs. Right? But watch what God say. Keep reading.
And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind.
What did he give them over to?
A reprobate mind.
Gave them over to a reprobate mind. What is that? A mental disorder. Read.
To do those things which are not convenient.
To do those things which are not convenient. Becoming a transgender is not convenient at all. Because once you finally decide to go through with that surgery, that ain't convenient. It's over with now. You got to go and continue to get surgery to keep the hole open or whatever, the wound open. Because that's all it is. Not a womb, it's a wound. You understand? It's a gash. And this is why we always read this scripture when we start off. Get that in Jeremiah 33:6.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 33, verse 6. Behold, I will bring in health and cure, and I will cure them, and will reveal unto them the abundance of peace.
You see that?
And
Our
truth.
people need the cure. They need the cure. They need God's word to cure these mental disorders that they have. Transgender, gay, all that. What y'all think?
Right. Like, every time these folks try to defend homosexuality, is always rhetoric. You heard when he said
Right.
that? Yeah, I hear your rhetoric. But they always try to justify their sin. Let's see what the Bible say. Go to Isaiah 5:20. I want to show you this, man. Because the Bible talks about people that try to sit up there. And everybody know that homosexuality is evil as hell. It don't produce civilization. You know what I'm saying? It don't procreate nothing. Ain't nothing but evilness and nonsense can come from this thing, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good.
Hey, that's what that man did. He tried to call evil good. Sitting up there trying to justify your homosexuality with an Edomite. Read.
And good evil. That put darkness for light, and light for dark.
Right.
That put bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter.
And the sad thing about it, this supposed to be a prophet. This an Israelite man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you got the black woman got more reasoning than the black man in this situation. That's sad.
Dude, gay. That's what is it? Don Lemon.
Don Lemon.
Yeah, he's an open
Got it.
homosexual.
Heir to the Edomite.
Right.
So he got all kind of mental disorder. He married to Edom and he is gay.
Right.
Wow. That's crazy. It get deep though. It get deeper than that. Cause pull that next thing. Homosexuality and psychology. Is it a mental disorder? Well, at one point it was thought to be so. That's why Candace said she learned it.
Exactly.
And then until the LGBTQ mafia infiltrated everything and said, no, it ain't. It's not a mental disorder. It's normal. Be yourself. Be whoever you want to be. You can be a cat if you want to. Read that. Pull that up.
Homosexuality in psychology. The field of psychology has extensively studied homosexuality as a human sexual orientation. The American Psychiatric Association listed homosexuality in a DSM-1 in 1952 as a
Sociopathic
personality disturbance.
So homosexuality is a sociopathic personality disturbance. You crazy. You a sociopath.
Madness.
You see what I'm saying? Then it says, but that classification came under scrutiny and research funded by the National Institute of Mental Health, setting it up for you to think that it's not a mental disorder. But let's look at that. I wanted to look up that term, sociopathic personality disturbance. I looked it up and it comes up as something else because they say the term sociopath is outdated. Pull that next link. We finna get a PhD in this, John. We in the emergency room for real.
That's right.
Sociopath, yeah, that's it. Pull that up, read the title, and then we're just gonna read the little bit of that top part. Cause the Esau had this thing figured out.
Yeah, sure
obviously, God already said it that this is a mental disorder, right? But there is literally science behind it, and it's not now until 2024 that you confuse. You don't know whether or not you a man or a woman. That's a mental disorder. Read that.
Sociopaths, warning signs and red flags.
Sociopaths, warning signs and red flags. So go down. Right there. What is a sociopath?
What is a sociopath? Sociopath is an outdated informal term for someone who has Antisocial personality disorder.
So that's the same thing. Now, no longer do they call it what we just read, the sociopathic personality disturbance. They had to try to clean it up a little bit. Now it's called antisocial personality disorder. What makes one that way? Or what are the characteristics of someone with this particular mental disorder, Reed?
This disorder can cause you to lack empathy.
So you lack empathy when you got that?
Which means you don't care about or understand other people's feelings.
You don't understand or care about other people's feelings. When somebody come up to you and say, "No, Johnny, you are not a girl," you don't understand. You're confused, Reed.
You might not feel remorse for bad things you do. And you might often take advantage of others for your own personal gain.
So this is a lot of things, a lot of what we see in the homosexuals that's got that lifestyle on them. They are lie. They don't care about nothing. They don't care about what you say. They don't care about sound reasoning. They are sociopaths. They mind ain't right. But I like that sound bite you just played. How does one become this way? Go back to it. Scroll down. Who tends to have this sociopathic disorder? Or we'll say antisocial disorder. Read that.
Scientists aren't sure exactly what causes ASPD, but both nature and nurture seem to be involved. You are more likely to have ASPD if you have a family history of the disorder or you experience something traumatic while growing up.
Right.
You are also more likely to have it if you are male.
So you wonder why little Timmy, little Devontae running around with his hand bent, his wrist bent, or he trying to put on mama purse. These things happen in our young male children. Why? Keep reading. Don't take it off. Keep reading. Put it back up there.
You are also more likely to have it if you are male, had behavioral problems as a child, or grew up in an unstable environment. What's an unstable environment in the black community? One where the man is not present in the household. Can we get that? Isaiah 3?
Bring it out.
And brothers, definitely feel free to jump in. I just wanted to kind of point this out because it is a real mental disorder.
Yeah, it sure is.
And now you can now it's perfectly normal to go against that which is against God.
Right.
How is it now normal that you want to take it up the behind as a man?
Looking for booty.
That ain't normal. Ain't nothing right. That ain't right. That ain't
right.
That don't go like that. It don't work. You see what I'm saying? But why though? Let's get into the recesses of the mind real quick. Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12.
Bring it out.
As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
Who ruling over little Timmy? And we wondering why he got put lipstick on?
Women rule over them.
It's because the household is out of order, especially in the black community. It's been a setup from the beginning. Get the man out the house, and then turn all the little boys into girls.
I'm a PhD.
You see what I'm saying? And now nobody seems to understand that. Nobody seems to get that. Read it one more time.
As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
Because you can't tell the black woman nothing. Read.
Oh, my people.
That's why Magic Johnson's son a big, strong sodomite. Read.
They which lead thee cause thee to err. And destroy the way of thy path.
Destroy the way of thy paths. Read verse 9. What that look like?
Verse 9. Destroy their countenance, the witness against them. And they declare their sin as Sodom.
Wait a minute. How they declare their sin?
As Sodom.
They declare their sin as Sodom. We all know what Sodom was known for. We all know what sodomy is. Guess what? It's a mental disorder. Finish it out.
They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they are rewarded evil unto themselves.
God said you reward evil to y'all. Said what y'all think, man?
Yeah, hey, let's go back to that image with Don Lemon and Candace Owens. Because, you know, what she's saying is correct. Homosexuality is a sin. But guess what? She ain't blameless either.
Right.
You know, Candace Owens say transgender have a mental disorder. Guess what? Marrying outside your race is a mental disorder as well.
Teach.
They gonna get to it.
So Don Lemon and Candace Owens suffer for the same thing because if you black and you gay, that shows hatred towards your people.
Right.
If you black and you marry outside your race, that shows hatred for your own people. So hey, let me get Sirach 26 and verse 19. We can read through 21. And then we're going to jump to Tobit 4 real fast. We're going to make this quick.
Bring it out.
The book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 19.
Bring it out.
My son, keep the flower of thine age sound, and give not thy strength to strangers.
So it's talking in the masculine. So it's talking about, you know, men. Don't give your strength to strangers. Strangers goes into the other races.
Right.
Don't give your resources. Don't give your wealth by marrying people outside your race.
Right.
Read on.
When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession, through all the field. Sow it with thine own seed.
So that fruitful possession goes into a wife. If you're a man, God designed you to marry a natural born woman, not no surgically made woman. Right. Natural born woman. You can read that in Sirach 36:20. Folks, get that real quick. To show what the possession is. The possession is a wife.
The book of Sirach, chapter 36, verse 24. He that getteth a wife.
Now another man.
He that getteth a wife.
Transformer.
A wife.
A real natural born wife that came from the womb the way God made it, not nan that came out the surgical table.
Right.
Read.
He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
So that wife is a possession. Read on.
A help like unto himself.
A help like unto himself.
And a pillar of rest.
Pillar of rest. That's what the wife is designed to be, not another man. Right. So let's jump back to Sirach 26 and 20.
Sirach chapter 26, verse 20. When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through all the field, sow it with thine own seed, trusting in the goodness of thy stock.
So you gotta trust in the goodness of your stock. If you're involved in homosexuality or interracial marriages, you can't sow no good seed with the foul fields, with the foul soil. You know, you can't bring no good seed from no man, a man laying with a man, or no good seed of a woman laying with a man outside her race. That's defile, all that's evil in the eyes of God. Read on.
Sow thy race.
Sow your race. Read on.
Which thou leavest should be magnified.
You can't magnify your race if you're involved in homosexuality or if you're involved in interracial marriage. You can't magnify your race. Read on.
Having a confidence of their good descent.
Confidence of their good descent means the love of your people. Right. So if you're involved in interracial marriage or LBGT homosexuality, you got hatred for your own people.
Hey, so basically, this is a non-productive conversation.
Exactly.
Because both of like anything she say ain't going to lead up to the betterment of our people.
Sure ain't.
And what he's saying ain't going to lead up to the betterment of our people. So that just goes to show, man, Esau understands what makes us defiled. He know why, you know what I'm saying? If I take this off the medical books as being sociopathic, then hey, they gonna make it legal for them to go ahead and sin. They gonna be all right with it then. Right. Go to Micah 2:1.
Didn't you?
My fault.
Let's be real quick. It jumped to Tobit chapter 4 and 12. We're gonna read Tobit 4 and 12 and 13. I'm gonna jump out the way. Let you have it all.
Nah, you got it. My apologies.
The book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son.
So all whoredom refers to sexual sin and fornication. Guess what? Homosexuality and interracial marriage fall into that same category. That's all whoredom. Read on.
And chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
You got to take a wife of the seed of your fathers, the wife of your race. You women, you got to take a man or a husband from the seed of your fathers, the people of your race. Read on.
And take not a strange woman to wife.
Not a strange woman to wife. Not no woman from an outside race. Not no man from an outside race. Or you can say, in this day and age, man, a woman that came out the laboratory.
That's a strange woman.
That's a strange woman. Woman that came out the laboratory.
Transformer.
Exactly.
Autobot.
Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Not of thy father's tribe. Read on.
For we are the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred.
So our forefathers had love for their people because they want to see their race magnified. They married people within their own race to keep their race strong. Read.
And were blessed in their children.
Their children grew up healthy, wise, and strong. Read on.
And their seed shall inherit the land.
That's why we still here today, because our forefathers had love for their people. Hey, I want to see my lineage continue. That's why we on this show today, because our forefathers had love for their people. Read on.
Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren.
You got to love your people. Love your brother. Read on.
And despise not in thy heart thy brethren.
Read.
The sons and daughters of thy people, and not taking a wife of them.
Can't take a wife of another nation, but read on.
For in pride is destruction.
Pride. So you know, these LBGT, the homosexuals, they pride in being gay. Right. They got their own month called June Pride Month. Mm-hmm. But you know, the scriptures say, hey, pride comes before destruction, right? Mm-hmm. So this pride is destroying our people. They take pride in the destruction of the black race by being involved in homosexuality and interracial marriages. Read on.
And much trouble.
Read.
And in lewdness is decay.
Lewdness is decay. Us being in interracial marriages and homosexual activities destroys our very fabric of our communities and our society. It destroys our race. Right. Ain't nothing coming forward. Read on.
And great one.
Read.
For lewdness is the mother of famine.
That's why we dying now. It's a famine amongst our people because we in lewdness, we're in interracial marriages and homosexuality. I mute out.
I'll pray to the Most High. Get Michael 2:1. Because this is what these people do all day. They have think tanks. And all they do is think of ways to keep the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, in sin. That's what they do all day, every day. Read that.
The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Woe to them that devise iniquity.
So that's what they do. They devise iniquity. They sit around and think all day, how can I keep them in sin? You know what? I'm going to say that homosexuality is cool. I'm going to take it off the medical books. It ain't a sociopathic tendency no more. It's normal. Right? Read.
And work evil upon their beds.
So they think about this thing all day long. That's all they do. Think about, how can I get them to sin? How can I keep them in bondage? Read.
When the morning is light, they practice
They
it.
practice it. So sooner or later, what was like 30 years later, they took it off the books. Like 30 years later, they said, okay, homosexuality is a normal mindset.
I think it was 1973 was the year when they took it off.
1970. So in 1973, they said homosexuality is a normal mindset.
Boy,
so
you are
that
the
ain't no different from how we
goddamn
think, basically what Esau's saying. Read.
When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
It's in the power of their hands. So guess what? Even though we can say, no, homosexuality is nonsense. Get what Esau like? No, it ain't. It's straight because they have the power in their hands to say that. You know what I'm saying? That's what Esau, the devil, the Bible speaks of. Right. The devil. Skip to 10.
Verse 10. Arise ye and depart.
That's why God's told us to arise and depart. We don't supposed to be having these type of things going on in this society because all of it is evil. Right. Everything is evil, Reed.
For this is not your rest.
God said this ain't our rest, Reed.
Because it is polluted.
Everything in this land is polluted. From the music to the food to the media, everything is polluted.
It's an evil world we live in.
Reed.
It shall destroy you.
Read that again.
It shall destroy
God
you.
said it's going to destroy you. So guess what? We can't even really trust the medical field anymore because anything they say that's cool, they tell you, okay, put a mask around your face and it's gonna stop you from the deadliest plague in the world.
Wrong.
They be like, all right, you get what I'm saying? So we can't trust this medical field, right, Rick?
Even with a sword destruction.
Even with a sword destruction. I'll pray to the Most High.
Okay, you have something?
Yeah. Let's go to Thessalonians right quick. Thessalonians 2. Because sin, the deceivableness of sin, that's what's going on. You know, just like he's talking, and as you go further into this video, because I saw this video already, but as you go further into it, he understands that interracial marriage is sin.
Wow.
He understands that.
He get it.
He gets that. But she don't know. I think she's kind of honest in the sense that she said, because you'll see in the video as you go on, she'll say, well, no, I didn't know that, and if that is, like she's like saying, bring on your strong reasonings. You know, so at least she's doing that. You know what I'm saying? But he understands that interracial marriage is sin, but he don't understand that laying down with a man and messing up the whole room.
Right. Redding up the whole room.
Yeah. I don't know how they can stay in there, but yeah, but this is what I mean. He can't see that. He can smell. You know, we got more than one sin.
Right.
All right, let's read 2 Thessalonians 2 and start at verse 10.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 10.
Right to the
Bring it out.
And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness.
Deceivableness of unrighteousness. Sin is deceiving you. Go ahead.
And them that perish. Because they receive not the love of the truth.
Read.
That they might be saved. And for this cause, God shall send them strong delusions.
God sent them strong delusions to do what?
That they should believe a lie.
So now they believe what they're saying. They believe they believe in what they want to believe.
Right.
They believe in because they want to stay in that funky room.
Right.
You gotta want to stay in there.
Throwing at the wall to see what stick.
Right.
Literally.
I mean, this is crazy. Let me get one more. Let's go. Isaiah 66 and 4. Let me get it. Isaiah 66 and 4. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Because we're talking about these strong delusions. Let's look at that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 4. I also will choose their delusions.
So God is going to choose our delusions. Read.
And will bring their fears upon them.
Fears up. He's going to bring fears upon them. Well, how? With STDs.
Right.
That'll put fear on you. Come on.
Because when I called, none did answer.
Candace Owens is trying to call. Even though she hasn't been called, she's trying to call him because the Most High can use anybody to call.
Right.
So, but he's not getting that calling. Now he put a call on her, and she was inquisitive about it. So keep on reading.
When I spake, they did not hear.
He don't hear that.
But they did evil before mine eyes.
They keep on in their evil. Go ahead.
And chose that and chose that in which I delighted not.
The key word there is chose. They did what?
And chose that
and chose that. Read.
In which I delighted not.
The Lord don't delight in that. And our people are choosing this. They're not born that way. They're choosing to go that way. The Bible is telling you that you're getting these strong delusions from the Lord because you're choosing to stay in sin and not hear the correction.
Right.
All right, that's all I got.
That's why, when you look at Deuteronomy 28 and 28, I say it a lot because you see a lot of foolishness going on. And basically, this is foolishness when you seeing a disrupted mind thinking it's one way of saying, well, I'm a male, but I'd rather choose to be a female, and I'm a female rather than choose to be a male. And the Bible states that you'll be smitten with madness based off the curses. Read that, Deuteronomy 28:28.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness.
And blindness. You will become blind to the simple fact you are a male. Do male things. You are a female. Do female things according to the Lord, right? But you've been blinded based off that. Now you're struck with the illusion of Babylon, aka America, and all its philosophies and doctrines. Come on.
An astonishment of heart.
An astonishment of heart, because everything that we're bringing out, you'll go against that.
Right.
But you think that the things that America is portraying with all the Sukianas, the sexy reds, the reality TVs, and the transgenders, all of it's desensitizing your mind to thinking everything is okay, which is not.
You got something? I saw you sitting over there loading up. I'll pray you. He loading up. Got something for you after the commercial break. Give me two more. Jump up to verse 27 real quick.
Verse 27. The Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt.
So you go outside of the guidelines of what God said. He said you're going to do what?
Smite thee with the botch of Egypt.
And what else?
And
come on.
And with the emerald.
And with the emerald. Come on.
And with the scab.
And with the scab.
And with the itch.
And with the what?
The itch.
You wonder why you itching back there. God already told you what he was going to do. It's already been written. I mean, I don't see. I mean, we and the crazy thing is how, like, I was just listening when you was explaining, like, she came to him with one thing that he was doing, but then he coming back at her. Well, I know I'm doing this, but what about what you doing? It's like Christians try to play that type of game, right? Well, guess what? God got something for everybody. Right. Don't worry. Finish that out.
Wherefore thou canst not be healed.
Whereof thou canst not be healed. There is no cure for AIDS.
Nope.
Romans chapter 1, and I think the last verse is what I want, and we can get out the emergency room, y'all. What we're trying to do is give our people the cure, the healing. Our people, we understand that we come from various lifestyles, especially before this truth. Some of us were involved in some of these things on both sides of the spectrum, whether it was dealing with those of the other nations or dealing with, you know what I'm saying, same-sex relations. Okay, well, you in the truth now. Repent. Otherwise, Romans chapter 1 and verse, 32.
The book of Romans chapter 1, verse 32.
Read 27 and then jump down to verse 32.
Yes, sir, verse 27. Mm-hmm. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman.
Leaving the natural use of the woman. Now you want to go get you a transformer. You understand? Created person in the lab. Right? Remember the scripture in Ecclesiastes 7:29 say you made a man upright, but you know what I'm saying, man sought out many inventions. Exactly. Seeking out transformers.
Right.
Come on, read.
Burned in their lust one toward another.
Because you're burning in your lust. That's it. That's all it is.
Right.
Read.
Men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat.
And when you do that, you receive the recompense of your error, which was meat, meaning it was equal recompense or equal judgment for what it is that you had done. You went against all those things, like making sure your nation had longevity. Right. You deserve what you get. Them emeralds. You see what I'm saying? Lord, I bet you won't do that no more. You understand? And some of them, even we know people that are openly gay and they openly got these diseases and they don't give a damn. Well, guess what? Jump down to verse 32.
Hey, you must forgot we in Jackson.
Yeah.
So that's what Jackson is top 4,
top 4, and then I think it's Greenville.
And no. But Jackson is top 2 in HIV/AIDS. So, like you say, they even do things like documentaries and all that about, people being, like you said, openly gay, in Jackson with HIV. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yep. And then all them folks from Jackson moved to Houston.
And
you wonder why them numbers
come from Atlanta.
Atlanta too. Yeah. Yeah, you wonder what's going on. God. And watch what God say. Oh, man, they done put the doggone statistics up. Good God. Roll it. I don't care. Show it.
Jackson, Mississippi currently ranks second in sexual transmitted disease rates across the country.
Oh my God! Second, we thought we had hope.
Wow,
Wow, second, number 2.
Man.
And this is of May 24, 2020. So this just last year. And folks ain't stopped having sex. They ain't stopped being gay. So I'm sure those numbers have gone way up, way up. Come on.
Damn! According to the new report, Interbody's 6th annual analysis of CDC data on STDs found that 1,358 of every 100,000 residents have been diagnosed with an STD.
Wow.
So if you do the math on that, it's what, 270,000 people in Jackson? So that means it's what, 2,600, 2,700 people? 3,000. God.
If you just narrow it all the way down, that's what, like 2 out of every 10 people?
Right.
If you get a group of 10
Somewhere
people,
around there,
in that group, 2 of those people more than likely have some type of STD.
2 random people.
Damn.
Got STD.
Right.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Read that verse 32.
Verse 32. Who knowing the judgment of God?
Who knowing the judgment of God, meaning you went into these sins, you received the recompense, you received the judgment, and you still do it?
That's right.
That they which commit such things are worthy of death.
You become worthy of death at that point. And that may not just be in your physical life, because you may live your whole old age. Because, you know, Esau got the little pills you can take.
Right.
All these different stuff, prep, or I don't know what stuff they're called. But you see, we can go outside and see the billboards outside. They advertising.
Right down on the corner.
See what I'm saying? You worthy of death at that point. So that may not be talking about your physical life, but eventually you do have to meet before Christ. You should sit before the judgment seat of Christ. And he going to say, depart from me, I never knew you. And ain't no fixing it. You want to burn in this life, you're going to burn forever. Right. Keep playing. Finish it out.
Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
You do the same, and you have pleasure in those that do it as well. Pleasure in those that sin. So anybody else got anything before we jump out of here?
Yeah, before we go, for Candace Owens.
Yes, sir.
Just in case she runs across this show, let me give her the scripture right quick.
Bring it out.
She did ask the question. She said, "Well, hey, bring it out. Let me know." You know, she was inquisitive. So if she's sincere, let's give her this scripture right here. Deuteronomy 7:3.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 3.
Bring it out.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
It says, "Neither shalt thou make marriages with them." It says, "with them." Pay attention. Read.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
We shall not give our daughters to their sons of the other nations. Come on.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
And we shouldn't be taking his daughters to our sons. Read.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
That's what they've done. Y'all, neither one of y'all sitting there arguing is following God. Read.
That they may serve other gods.
You're serving other gods. Read.
So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you.
Read.
And destroy thee suddenly.
Right. You're going to be destroyed if you don't repent. Come back to the laws of God.
That's it. So, hey, this is the emergency room. Hey, if you out there, I hope you got a heartbeat. We done went off in there. We tried to fix you up, stitch you back up. Possibly tried to give you your stuff back. Right. Trying to chop your stuff off. No, don't cut it off.
Right.
Keep it how it was. Keep it
I
how
think he
God
already
made it.
had nicked it when
There's hope.
There could be hope for you. All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back with more Cure the
Culture.
Oh, praise the Lord. Let's get that commercial, y'all.
I be going so hard, pray your kingdom come. Try them I come and I pray I never run no. Say I pray I never run no. Say I pray I never run no. I pray make your kingdom, yeah, one day. So I pray I make your kingdom, yeah, one day. Could've been a mess if I hit that left. Fizz got messy with Fibble chef. Like we're just in the doodoo. I swing my Bible, please said look off his hand. Like Nehemiah 8:10, man tryna give sense. Wake up, repent. Like open the Bible, spiritual lens. Like bun down Babylon, spiritual. Bun down Babylon, spiritual armor. Romans 15:4. Study my fathers, and man study to answer. Rich in the kingdom, care about no way. Need that spiritual baller. Come to the truth, go 10 times harder. Still gotta keep my guard up. I be going so hard, pray your kingdom come. Try them I come and I pray I never run no. Say I pray I never run no. Say I pray I never run no. I pray
truck daily. ASAP fly when he put a Mercedes. Chosen seed on them and shady. Charles, I'm can't let them phase me. Can't no Princess Swayze. Hate them, so they gon' hate me. Israel out them and it's rainy. From this time when I ray home save me. We load the ting like. Back on my ting like. To that man that flee from the sin like. Post on my back on my circle been time. Can't tell bro, when I come so far. In the late crowd, don't get cost. Can't waste time cause it goes so fast. Can't look back, forget the past. I be going so hard, pray your kingdom come. Try them I come and I pray I never run no. Say I pray I never run no. Say I pray I never run no. I pray make your kingdom, yeah, one day. So I pray I make your kingdom, yeah, one day. Ooh, nah.
Yes, sir. We back. One more time for the one time. Hey man, we back in the building, man. Let's get it pop. We ain't even finna wait no more. We ain't got time for that. We finna get it in. Right. I'm gonna pass it to my brother, man. I was supposed to take us in there, man. Let's go. Let's get it in.
Well, it's an honor and a privilege to, be a I don't know the words because I'm not that kind of
Bring it out.
You got
Mighty man.
Show the title. Just put the title. We're gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it today. Can you read that?
Yeah, a Deep South Conspiracy, a Shared Hatred Part 2.
Shared Hatred Part 2. So like I said, we're gonna jump right into it. Pull that article back up from last week. I want to start it off with this. Because this is important when it comes to the overall subject matter of the show, right? Read that. Or put it up.
Black minister lynched for his land in Mississippi. Family fled in fear.
Okay, go down to on Sunday. Go down. Right there.
On Sunday, March 26, 1944, a group of white men arrived at the home of Reverend Simmons' eldest son, Eldridge, and told him to show them the property line. He agreed to do so, but while Eldridge Simmons rode with the men in their vehicle, they began to beat him and shouted that the Simmons family thought that they were smart niggers.
They thought they were smart niggas. Read.
For consulting a lawyer. The men then dragged the Reverend Simmons from his home about a mile away and began beating him too. They drove both Simmons men further onto the property and ordered the Reverend Simmons out of the car, then killed him brutally.
So they killed him. Go ahead.
Shooting him 3 times and cutting out his tongue. The men let Eldridge Simmons go, but told him he and his relatives had 10 days to abandon the family's property.
So they had 10 days to abandon the family property. So starting off with showing what they did to the man, right? Because when you read the whole article, he had, I think, 270 acres of land, right? And what Esau does, they kill the father and told the family, the boy they let go was his son. So they told the family, you got 10 days to abandon this property. Go put the article back up. Watch this. So they killed this black man, right? Cold blood. Read the next one. We ain't gonna read all of it. I'll tell you when to stop.
Yes. The white man who committed the lynching took possession of the land.
You see that? So once they killed this man and his family ran off, black woman is now alone with her kids, single. Right? Nowhere to go, no place to go. Only thing they got maybe the clothes on their back and whatever little bit they can carry with them. Right? Imagine coming back. Imagine your son coming back. Gotta pick out the kid. Imagine your son coming back to you telling your wife that, Mama, we got 10 days to leave this property because 3 white men just killed Papa.
Man.
Damn.
What gonna run through her mind?
Right. That's trauma right there. That's like, cause you gotta imagine that scene. Like he's saying this, and she might like, what is you talking about?
Right.
But then she see him, his state, his condition, and then she go out there and he go out there and show her. What is she left to do then? Man, these I'm telling you, these people some demons, man. That's crazy.
She ain't got time to really think about it. You know,
Pack up and leave.
Mourn. Yeah, she gotta go.
Right. Finish reading that. Watch this.
The constable and sheriff concluded immediately that Reverend Simmons.
Hold on, wait. Okay, all right, go ahead. Read again.
The constable and sheriff concluded immediately that
they didn't have a second thought about it. Read.
That Reverend Simmons had met his death at the hands of parties unknown.
We don't know who killed that nigga. Wow! They said immediately they came up with that conclusion. Read.
Even though his son Eldridge and his daughter Laura were present and able to identify by name at least 4 of the 6 men responsible.
That's all I want. So you see that? Damn. So even though they knew who did it, the local authorities at that time said, you know what? We don't know who killed him. Read. Is that it? No. That's all. That's all. That's all I wanted right there. So get Zechariah. Is it 11 and 7?
Yes.
Or 7 and 11?
Bring it out.
11 and 5.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5.
Bring it out.
Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
So that constantly happened right here in the South. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Meaning what? Even though they didn't have the land, the white man said, you know what? That Negro, I don't want to keep saying the hard R. Right. He got some good land over there.
Right.
So, Jim Bob, I see you took such and such land. How you do it? I just put bullet in the nigger. Mm-hmm. Damn. Let's go do the same to this one. Wow. Right. So now the family gone and he dead. Read that again.
Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
And as you saw, those 4 out of 6 men that could be identified, they immediately said not guilty. Wow. Boy, same thing happened back then. The same thing happened right now.
Right. That's crazy.
Even though you have deer camera stands, cameras in the woods, which Esau used all the time. Deer cameras, what you don't know, if you didn't know, you have something called deer cameras. Mm-hmm. And what they do is they set cameras out in the woods so they can see the path of deer.
That's right.
And like hogs and all that. Well, in this case, it was a black man.
Yep.
Ran across their deer camera. The people who killed them, deer camera, probably.
Yes.
But, don't nobody know who killed them.
In that small, excuse me, I was finna cuss. But that small town, everybody know everybody. And you mean to tell me you don't know who did it? It's crazy.
Hey,
same thing. Go ahead.
The people who did it stay in the house now. Exactly. Just go to the crib.
When the brothers went down there,
right,
the same people who did it or knew people who did it was talking mess to the brothers in purple.
Mm-hmm. God. So they did.
And yet, even though all that happened, they still say not guilty. Esau still living his life today like ain't nothing happened.
And that's why the black, it is what it is. The black man and the black woman got to stop trying to hold hands with these people. Right. They are not your friends. Mm-hmm. From long time ago all the way up to right now, it's very second. That's why God said, let me get Zephaniah 2:1. Just real quick, I just wanted to get this just because we got to understand how important it is for us to come together as a unit, as a people, as the Israelites. Watch this.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
It's easy to see who the nation not desired is. Who's standing up for us? Who doing what's right for us? Who pushing to really pass legislation that's going to do something for the black man? Right. They ain't never did it, and they ain't never going to do it. We see the judgment, the judges, everybody know what's going on. You mean to tell me these people can actually identify these men, and they still come up with a verdict of not guilty?
Right.
That's
you don't
crazy.
Find that suspicious?
That's why we got to come together. It's time to get your head out of the white man's behind.
Right.
You understand? That's all I want to say, officer.
Hey, you got something?
Yeah. Because that story about Reverend Simmons, that was prevalent during that time.
Right.
A lot of black folks lost their land because of that. But Bishop kind of touched on it yesterday on the various atrocities that Esau's done that stripped the land from our people right here in the United States. He brought it out. Give me Micah 2 and 2.
Hey, if you didn't know, Officer Yehugana is our local historian. Right.
Yes.
He be knowing stuff like, how you know this? I be like, God, I didn't even know that. He tell me more about me than me. I didn't know this history. I remember one time, I'm sorry, I'm off topic. I remember one time we went to a college for a fly mission. This man knew about everything about the college.
Right.
He knew about the domes. He knew about the sororities they in. He knew when this was built. Mm-hmm. He knew this teacher taught over here. I said, God, dog, man.
You know all this.
Go ahead.
All praise to the Most High. Hey, Micah 2 and 2.
The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 2. And they covered fields and take them by violence.
So they coveted the fields of Reverend Simmons. It was 27 acres. How many acres he had?
270.
270 acres of prime real estate right for agriculture. Esau coveted that thing and did what?
And take them by violence.
They took them by violence. They killed off the owner. They killed off Reverend Simmons and forced his family to flee. Read on.
And houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
So by them doing that to Reverend Simmons, you know, out of fear, Reverend Simmons' family fled and left the land behind. Right. And what happened, Esau came up with some crafty paperwork, sold that land to them other white folks that wanted that land for pennies on the dollar. Chances are they probably still got that land today. But guess what? They've been following this same MO since the beginning of time against us. You know, even Christ himself spoke about these things. Hey, give me Mark 3:27. Because this is the tactic that they always played against our people. Mark 3:27.
The book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house.
So Reverend Simmons was a strong man. He was a strong man in his community. He was a pillar. Read on.
And spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man.
So they bound Reverend Simmons. They killed him. And by him killing him, that strong man was gone. Right. Then his family, his wife and kids were left defenseless. Right. So them so-called white, them Edomites, them white men, they came in, they spoiled his good, they spoiled his house, they took his land. Right. They took his kids' inheritance. Read on.
And then he will spoil his house.
That's what they did. They still do the same thing today.
Yep. To this day.
Now, you got also
Hey, that's a heavy scripture because I don't know if I read that scripture or not. But all praise. As far as in Matthew I'm speaking of. But that scripture goes right along with like I said, the overall theme of today's show. You first got to bind the strong man, then you can spoil his goods, right? Meaning his kids, his belongings, his wife, all of that. Yeah. Pull up that next video. And I was right. This might be the center. This video might go all day. We might work our way around this video. We might precept videos, right? Go to 4 minutes. Go to 4 minutes.
James Eastland could have done to them.
In Washington, Senator Eastland represents his neighbors in a fashion that some find confusing. A staunch opponent of government handouts, he did nevertheless support his colleague, Senator Stennis, who proposed a bill authorizing a $25 million emergency measure to feed hungry people.
Pause. So notice this guy that they just named. It says he proposed he and another Edomite proposed a $25 million deal to help the poor. Right? Play 'em.
In the House, the senator still thinks and speaks for the folks back home. He has publicly declared that Negroes.
I'm sorry. He said he speaks for the poor back home. He's speaking about Mississippi. Oh Lord. Right? Play on.
His plantation, working or not, have a home for life.
Rewind. We missed it. Rewind it 5 seconds. Watch what he said.
Negroes living on his plantation, working or not, have a home for life. One of his neighbors is Negro activist Fannie Lou Hamer, one of the founders of the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party. To her, the senator's generosity has a hollow ring.
Pause. I'm sorry. I told him to keep pausing it. So he's saying one thing, but what Fannie Lou Hamer is about to say is something totally different. People who actually live through what he's speaking about.
So wait a minute. He said if you Negroes live on my plantation, I'm gonna take care of you. You're gonna be all right.
Whether you're working or not, you're always gonna have a home here. Oh my God! On his plantation.
On the plantation.
On his plantation.
But keep going.
It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. Better whichever one you want to put it. Play on.
Plantation, working or not, have a home for life. One of his neighbors is Negro activist Fannie Lou Hamer, one of the founders of the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party. To her, the senator's generosity has a hollow ring.
Senator Eastland has never done nothing for nobody poor.
Hold! I'm sorry. I got you.
Bring it out.
He ain't never done nothing for nobody poor.
It'll be a soundbite.
But wait a minute. And we not into politics or nothing like that. But the Negro in today's time think he could get in politics and change it.
Yep.
You just seen the backbiting line of this man.
Bring it out.
Because I'm sorry. I thought I could be tripping, but didn't when it first came on, it said he opposed government handouts.
Yep.
And he wanted to help with a $25 million bill.
Then he turned around and say he want to help with a $25 million bill. Something ain't right. Why is he against government handout, but then create a government handout? There's something ain't right about that. And what it sounds like is to me, with him saying like, if you on my plantation, the wording is already off. When you say plantation, that should make some, you know what I'm saying, the light bulb come on. Right. You know what I'm saying? Whether you working or not. Whether you in my projects and you working or not, in my Section 8 housing or working or not, you always got a home.
That's exactly what you on point. What you just said,
man.
And everything.
They are destroying our people from the inside out and through the black woman. And Fannie Lou Hamer got some sense, but it's our people today, our young women, especially these young women.
Right.
I don't even want to get on it, but go ahead, officer. It's crazy.
Play on.
In Washington, Senator Eastland represents his neighbors in a fashion that some find confusing. A staunch opponent of government handouts, he did nevertheless support his colleague, Senator Stennis, who proposed a bill authorizing a $25 million emergency measure to feed hungry people. It died in the House. The senator still thinks and speaks for the folks back home. He has publicly declared that Negroes living on his plantation, working or not, have a home for life. One of his neighbors is Negro.
Stop. Give me that. Go. I'm sorry.
Bring it out.
Go ahead.
Get Deuteronomy 28 for me.
Bring it out.
28 and verse. Let's read verse 44. Because he said, "Our Negroes living on my plantation, whether you working or not, got a home." You understand? So you own his plantation. First of all, you own no property. None of that belongs to you, and you are at his at his discretion, at his mercy. You and your
disposal.
children. His disposal. Yes, that's it. Read that in 28:44.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 44.
Uh-huh.
He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
You hear that? It said, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. This is my plantation. Right. That meaning, if just think about it. If you're living on his plantation, what are you? Slaves. You are his property. He gonna lend to you. You don't own nothing over here. This mine. This my house. Mm-hmm. So paid enough for it.
Then they switched it up and called it sharecropping.
Then they switched it up and called it sharecropping. Finish it out. Read it one more time.
He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. Mm-hmm. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. That's us. That's what we're seeing.
Right.
And this white man is prideful in being able to say. That's a really prideful thing to be able to say. These are real people with real lives, real families. Exactly. Mm-hmm. And as long as you live on my plantation, working or not, I got you. Come on home to master. That's some bull.
Shut your white mouth. I'm not kidding.
That's the one. What went with the $25 million?
It said flop. Yeah. They said flop. Well, so what I'm showing you is that it was a lie the whole time.
Right.
Because you have Esau saying to in front of his colleagues and the media, I really care about Negroes. No matter whether they working or not working on my plantation, which is my plantation, they always got a home here.
Wrong.
But then you get to the actual people that's there, they like, this crack ain't never did nothing for us. What he going up there talking about?
They got her at the house.
Exactly.
But by saying that, it keeps him from having to force them, because listen, you always have a place here. Whether you're working or not, that's to entice you to stay.
I'm gonna show you.
Because I need you.
I'm gonna show you something.
But now, if you decide you want to leave, now I'm gonna force you to stay.
Right. I got some for y'all. Just can't play on.
Bring it out.
Watch this. Get the scripts here in a minute.
Fannie Lou Hamer, one of the founders of the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party. To her, the senator's generosity has a hollow ring.
Senator Eastland has never done nothing for nobody poor. Not in this county. Because the people on Senator Eastland's plantation is just as poor as I am. And he hadn't done anything for them. And he hadn't done anything for nobody else that's poor in Sunflower County. And I've been right here in Sunflower County since I was 2 years old.
Within sight of the busy cotton gin she is supplied with her labor in these fields, Mrs. Irene Taylor lives with her family of 9. Hers is one of the few remaining tenant shacks that grace the senator's plantation.
Pause it! Keep it on the screen!
Tenant shacks.
Keep it on the screen!
I wouldn't be surprised. It's still there.
It probably still is.
Right.
You ride to the Delta, you'll see a lot of them houses still standing.
The Negro, working or not, always got a home here on my plantation. Look at the home!
Bring it out.
Look at the home! That the Negro Always got a place it.
Right. Boy, you are the goddamn
play
devil.
Play on though. Watch this play on.
Well, I think he might have nice about that because he told me to stay there as long as I want to stay in that house.
Pause. What does that sound like today? Officer Huguenot, speak on it. What does that sound like today?
Hey, that's Section 8, man.
Section 8.
That's Section 8. Section 8, man.
That's what Section. Damn. Speak on it.
Hey, man. Hey, Section 8. You know, I say it all the time. Section 8 is a reward for black women being whores.
Yep.
The reason why I say that, you got all these kids by different men, no husband. What'd you go to? I'm going to go to the white man's Department of Human Services. I'm going to file me a Section 8 packet. I'm going to get me a nice Section 8 apartment. I'm going to get EBT, SNAP benefits. I'm going to get Medicaid. All at the expense of the white man, rewarding me for being a hoe, not getting married, to make sure my kids have a strong, structured household, a strong father figure that's going to show them how to be right in this life. They get rewarded for doing evil.
But
that's all Section 8 is.
But remember, that's today.
That's today.
But back during this time, go back to Matthew 12. Matthew 12, read verse 29. Read over there taking it in. He was stuck for a minute. He was over there taking it in.
Precepting the Bible.
Matthew 12, 29.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 29.
Because remember the first article we led off with about how they would take the man, they would kill him, and they would leave his family basically to fend for themselves, women and children. Read that.
Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods?
Put the picture back on the screen. Put it back up there. Read again.
Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods? Except he first bind the strong man.
Kill the black man, and then what happened?
And then he will spoil his house.
So you went from 270 acres of land that's yours to this.
A damn.
How big is that house? Anybody who did what
probably
about
800 square feet.
Nah, that's about 100.
Yeah, that's way less than 8.
That's about 100 square feet.
That's everything in the same room in that junk.
Right.
That's a studio apartment.
So
It's a box.
Exactly. So you take the black man, you kill the black man because a lot of times Esau like to portray the black man as worthless, shiftless, left the black woman. We just all hell evil.
Bring it out.
Not knowing that he played a part in it.
Exactly.
He played a major part in it.
That's right.
And right here in the South, the conspiracies of these devils in the South.
Destroyed us, man.
Read. Got something?
Yeah, Ecclesiastes 7:7 real
You know?
quick, because I'm just thinking about what the sister said, because we got to think about like the generational effects of this. Like this, it be houses like this that be our family homes.
Yep.
Right.
Our grandmas and our great grandmas lived in these houses, and the children that were born there inherit them, and they don't leave. They have the same mindset. All they do is sit up there and produce kids. What them kids go out there and do? Just starting with that home right there, they go out there and work them fields.
Yep, right.
Exactly.
All the white man has done is create a self-sustaining economy.
Yep.
Be able to get money for himself, and he ain't got to do nothing. He ain't got to touch nothing. He ain't got to say nothing. As long as you don't get out of the line, you always got a home with me.
Yep.
And this becomes what we inherit. But why though? Ecclesiastes 7:7.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7.
Bring it out.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
So you should look at these things and get 38 hot, get upset behind this, because this oppression. This is what real oppression looks like, and we still see this to this day. These houses still exist.
Exactly.
I had a family member stay in a house like this.
Yeah.
When you walk in, the kitchen, you the bedroom, and you the living room.
Right.
In the house just like that.
They got houses like that in over there, Prosperity in Jackson.
Yeah.
My grandma still stay in the house.
Ain't that insane? The street called Prosperity.
Right.
Prosperity.
It ain't
That is
oxymoron.
in that motherfucker. Read it, finish the rest of it, man. This is crazy, man.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Come on.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
And it says a gift destroyeth the heart. The white man know this.
That's right.
Let me get a black woman somewhere where she can live. She ain't got to work if she don't want to. Long as she knows she can come home every night, sleep in my little tenant shack, everything gonna be all right. Just keep making them babies for me. I better not find no Negro up in there. But keep making them babies for me.
You know he creeping in there every now and again.
Sure, of course. Sure enough. We are destroyed. These gifts have destroyed us. That thing is generational. Now it's not just grandma in there no more. It's somebody probably now 27 years old living up in there. She got about 4 or 5 kids and she living free.
Damn.
You know what she gonna do? What you think she gonna do?
Right.
Continue the cycle.
Play on in the video. Watch this. It keep getting better though. Oh, God. Or worse. Play on in the video. Watch this.
Well, I think he mighty nice about that because he told me to stay there as long as I want to stay in that house. I'm in. What? He said, as long as I live, as long as I want to stay in the house, I could stay there. And
pause it right there. Pause. She picking the door up off the ground.
Oh my God.
That's an outhouse.
That's the outhouse.
This what the slave master left her.
Wow.
This what the slave master left her.
And she cool with it.
Exactly. Play on.
he kind of helped that, he said that if I need amongst my children kind of sickness, he'll help me sometimes.
Some of Senator
So
Eastland's
pause. So you hear what she said? She said, if my kids get sick, he said he'll help me sometimes.
Sometimes.
If I need anything, the white man said he'll help me.
Sometimes.
Don't leave that out. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
That sometimes could be once, never.
But what I'm showing you is how the things that Esau was so blatant about back then, they keep it in secret today.
It's covert now.
Right, it's covert now. You see what I'm saying? Like whether it's from Section 8 houses to apartment complexes to SNAP, TANF, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They do a secret now to where it's like, okay, I done did damage back during this time, so I can just step back now.
Right.
And the cycle will
The
continue
system
that I
is
started
working,
back
yeah.
then.
It's
Exactly.
just
The system already
automatically.
started. Right. Play on.
He said that if I need amongst my children kind of sickness, he'll help me sometimes.
Some of Senator Eastland's tenants left the plantation to talk with reporter Nick Kotz. They came to talk about hunger, but water and electricity and the minimum necessities kept creeping into the conversation. In the society of indebtedness, the food bill is the last bill.
You know, you have to pay
So
tax.
that's the one we showed last week. I wanted to show the full thing now.
Yeah,
right.
it makes so much sense. This is crazy.
Exactly. Play on.
On that money, what you borrow. You know, any money you borrow is 2 bits on a dollar. You know that.
No, go over that. In other words, when you borrow money from Senator Eastland, you've got to pay an interest?
Yeah, I had to pay interest on it.
Tell us about that. Go all the way through and tell us how that works.
So wait,
Yeah,
pause.
see,
So
when
pause. So pause. Get Exodus, 22:25 for the good Christian that this white man's supposed to be. If he was so Christian and had our people worshiping white man Jesus, why they never read this? Verse 25. Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 25.
Read it out.
If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee,
Read.
thou shalt not be to him as an usurer.
As a you meaning what? Charging interest. So if you're a good Christian, she was picking her door up off the ground. She poor. But yet, she still got to pay 50 cents on a dollar from whatever she borrowed from you.
Right.
Notice, no manners around.
Right. And you add on inflation to that, you already know, man. That's a lot of taxes right there. That's a lot of interest that she was charging.
But they keep getting worse though. Play on.
You have to pay tax on that money, what you borrow. You know, any money you borrow is 2 bits on a dollar. You know that.
No, go over that. In other words, when you borrow money from Senator Eastland, you've got to pay an interest?
Yeah, I had to pay interest on it.
Tell us about that. Go all the way through and tell us how that works.
Yeah, see, when I borrow it, just like I borrowed $30, well, I'm got to pay 2 bits on every one of them dollars I borrowed from him.
So they're not getting anything free. If they loan them money, they might have to pay that double
Go ahead.
instead of just paying maybe 10% on the dollar. So they're not giving them anything.
The elderly are at the bottom of the poverty class. Mr. Edwards here shares quarters with 2 people who are not even related to him. Medical expenses consume their meager incomes. For the old, food stamps are a distant dream.
Watch this.
Food stamps all right if you're able to buy them.
Pause. Why you gotta buy food stamps?
Buy food stamps.
Wow.
You had to buy food stamps.
Why you could might as well just
Just
buy the food.
right.
Exactly.
Hey man, can I get something? Get Matthew 17:24. This is
bring it out,
crazy to me right here, man. And the black Christian, yes, you black Christians out there, you really think this white man is for your benefit? Let's see. Because you tell a black person they in slavery, right? And they don't believe you. I ain't in slavery. I'm doing good. I got me a car. I got me a job. I got somewhere to be. I ain't stopping over there. Listen to you.
Yeah, you know, buying food. You know, buying food stamps is the same as paying taxes on your food, right?
Yes.
We pay taxes on food today.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
Listen what this. This is exactly what these sisters just said right here. 2 bits on the dollar. You got to pay back half of what you bought. Or, you know what I'm saying? Put half of that on what you bought. So if you bought 100, that means you got to pay back 150.
Yeah.
I already didn't have 100.
Right.
Where I'm going to get the 150 from?
But see, that's where the trap come in. As long as I owe you,
right.
as long as you got to pay me for it,
Yeah.
you'll constantly be indebted to me.
That's right. Therefore, you're trapped.
It's been saying. My mom used to say that all the time. As long as I owe you, you'll never go broke.
That's it.
I see where I come from.
Right.
That's it. The white man. Read that. Matthew 17:24.
The book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 24.
This how you know you ain't free in America.
And when they will come to Capernaum, they have received tribute money. They that received tribute money
They
came
that
to Peter.
receive tribute money, tax collectors, the tax, come on.
Came to Peter and said, doth not your master pay tribute?
Doth not your master pay tribute? Come on.
He saith, yes. And when he was come into the house, Jesus prevented him, saying, what thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Of their own children or of strangers?
So Christ asked Peter a question. Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Who do they take taxes from? Of their own children or of strangers? I don't know. I don't know if this is really real or not, but when I read this scripture, I always think about how I work jobs, low-paying jobs, and it seems like the white people that work there, every time we get paid, it seems like they ain't never broke.
They're a little more jolly.
They're a little more jolly than me. I don't know why that is.
Why am I sad
I'm just saying. Read that one more time.
He said, yes. And when he was come into the house, Jesus prevented him, saying, what thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute?
Who they take it from?
Of their own children or of strangers?
Their own children or of strangers. Read.
Peter saith unto him, of strangers.
So if they take the tax, the tribute from the strangers, then what does that make the children? Read.
Jesus saith unto him, then are the children free.
Guess what? You are not free in America. Jesus Christ went through the same thing we're going through to this day. 2 bits on the dollar.
Message.
Grandma thought she was free just because she ain't got chains on her wrist, shackles on her ankles, around her yoke of iron around her neck. You think you free because you can get up every morning and go to your so-called your job, your occupation. Right. Well, they take taxes out your check. Yeah. You understand? You are not free in this country, and we got to get out of that mindset of thinking that we are. We are not free here, and we will always be in this condition until we come back and keep God's commandments as the Israelites.
Right. Hey, get Proverbs 10:18. Go right along with it. Proverbs 10:18, because, like you said, the whole theme of the show is exposing Esau and the Chinamen.
Gotta get
right
China.
Here in the South. We gotta get them.
Don't forget.
Right here in the South. Right, of the things that they've done, but they'll lie to you and say one thing, but then when you actually ask the people that have been through it, it's a totally different story.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Read that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 18.
Bring it out.
He that hideth hatred with lying lips, and he that uttereth a slander is a fool.
You see that? That's what the white man do. The white man hides his hatred for our people with lying lips. Mm-hmm. They'll kill the black man off, take his land, right. Mm-hmm. Profit off his land, get you to work the land, and then they say, you know what? You all right with me. Right. I always have a place for you if you ever need anything. Make sure, like you said, make sure that man ain't there. Right. But you black woman, you and your kids, I got you. Sometimes.
I got you.
Sometimes.
Right. Sometimes. Right.
Every now and again.
Right. Every now and again. Play on in the video. So no, they had to purchase food stamps.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Watch this. Watch this. Play on.
Quarters with 2 people who are not even related to him. Medical expenses consume their meager incomes. For the old, food stamps are a distant dream.
Food stamps all right if he's able to buy them. Of course, they say we'd have to pay $28, and they give us $22.
That's why I said get better. Whoa. Hey. Go ahead.
No, I just want to hear it one more time. Make sure I ain't tripping. Play it one more time.
Food stamps all right if he's able to buy them. Of course, they say we'd have to pay $28, and they give us $22, which would make $50.
Tell us what your family is going to eat.
Esau do that, man.
Pause.
Hey.
So no, I'm gonna let you go. they didn't have the money in the first place. So for to get food stamps, you had to pay them more than double back.
Right.
Wow. So you know what that's called? That's robbery.
Right.
Give me Isaiah 42. This is crazy, man. Where you find this at, man?
A lot of these videos, you would hear them, but then you really wouldn't pay attention to the words they saying. Like one of the other videos I got. A video that we seen all the time, but you never really paid attention to the word. But we're going to get to it.
Read that Isaiah 42 and 2, just real quick. This what's going on. $28 for $22 worth of food stamps, and you got to pay all of that back.
With interest.
That's $50, like she said. So, like how you know what I'm saying? You always out of money. You cannot win. Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
What God say his people are?
Robbed and spoiled.
That, my brothers and sisters, is robbery.
Right.
Highway robbery. That's what that is. Read.
They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none deliver.
We for a prey. This white man praying off of us. Right. Knowing that we don't have. Knowing that we in a position where we got to go to them to get money. What it say? They are for what?
They are for a prey, and none deliver. For a spoil, and none saith restore.
And none saith restore. Matter of fact, they don't restore. All they do is take. All they do is take until you ain't got no more. And then you end up in this situation because we got to just keep on thinking about it. You see how this leads to things like crime. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Now they ain't got nothing. Now what they got to go do? Now they got to go steal. Now they got to go, you rob me. Now I got to go rob somebody else. Type stuff. You see what I'm saying? You see the system that created? This white man the devil, man. This is crazy.
Man, so last week, we had a meeting at my job where not the company, the employee thinking about unionizing, right? So the operations, man, the VP of operations come up in there, right? He talking. So one of the drivers in the back say, hey, man, it seems like we've been working harder and getting paid less. Guess what this Edomite gonna say now? We the workers now. He gonna say, no, y'all ain't. I got the books to show you. Dude, like, how you gonna tell me that I'm working? You know what I'm saying?
It says it on the check.
Right. But see, that's what did happen. That's what did happen to them. He did convince them that their situation is better, so I can still cheat you, you know what I'm saying, treat you any type of way or whatnot. But yeah, this man said that too. Came up in there with a smile. You know what I'm saying? No, you ain't getting paid less. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, how you gonna tell me I ain't getting paid less?
Right.
Go to some Rock 12.
You don't see what you see.
Right. Like, come on now. Go to some Rock 12. This is what the scripture say, man. So Rock 12 and 10.
The book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
We can't trust our enemies. Everything that these people say that's for us is not really for us. This woman is getting ripped off at least $150 a month on food stamps, trying to make ends meet, right? So the Bible says, never trust thy enemies, read.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
So if iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So he might come out as this shiny, nice piece of metal, right? But soon as, eventually, after so long, after your reasoning kick in, like, hold on now. I'm being ripped off. Right. Next thing, what's going to happen? Skip down to, keep going.
Verse 11. Though he humble himself.
Like the senator did. He was humbling himself, making it seem like he for you. Sitting up there talking about, so wherever you need a place to stay, when I get this $25 million, it's on me.
On my plantation.
It's on me. Yeah, right. Keep going.
And go crouching. Yet take good heed and beware of him.
You got to beware of that man. Why? Because this dude had us in slavery for what? 400-some years now, right?
Right.
God said, beware of that man, read.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether.
He always been the devil. He always been a deceiver. He ain't never been for you. Read.
And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
It never wiped away in the first place. This is how Esau acts. He never is for you, even in your workplaces right now. He looks for the best way to keep you working harder and staying poor.
Right.
That's what it's all about.
You know what's crazy? I just thought about something. I just remember being, you know what I'm saying, being a little bit younger, and we used to buy. We didn't buy food stamps from Esau no more. We bought food stamps from other black people.
From each other.
I remember being with my mama. Yep, with her. Buying food stamps.
Selling by the book.
We done did it too.
So yeah, man.
And play on in the video. We ain't done. Play on.
They say we'd have to pay $28, and they give us $22, which would make $50.
I can't believe that.
Dog. Tell us about what your family is going to eat until you get more.
Well, they'll eat some turnip greens and some cornbread. All I know, because I don't have anything else. And I don't have no money to buy nothing with. I don't have no job. I have been trying to get one, but I can't. And the boy there, I need money now for him. He finishing school. I got to pay that money off for him, you know, in school. And he's graduating from high school trying to go to college.
Do you feel that your 7 children are getting enough food to eat?
So,
right
Paul,
now, this week?
so she got 7 kids. She didn't make them kids by herself.
Sure
Nope.
did.
Wait a minute.
He
He
gone.
ain't there. He is not
Section
there.
8.
Remember the first article. They would keep going back to remember. That's how they would do the men.
Right.
They would kill the men off. Because like I said, back in the day, like all of us know, our parents had 10, 15.
Right.
They had kids back in the day.
Yeah.
Right.
They had kids.
So and they had husbands. They had the family, the core family was valued much more back during those times than it is today. And our people understood that, but when you watch these videos, there's always the woman and the kids. They never tell the backstory on what happened to the man.
Right.
How did we get to this point where it's you in a 20 feet house with 7 kids?
Right.
They never said what happened because Esau know what happened.
Right.
Like we read the first article about how they would kill the man and have the women and children to fend for themselves. So she got 7 kids. Play on.
And the boy there, I need money now for him. He finishing school. I got to pay that money off for him, you know, in school. And he's graduating from high school trying to go to college.
Do you feel that your 7 children are getting enough food to eat right now this week?
No, I don't think they is.
He can't choose the food if he doesn't have the money to buy the stamp. It would give him dignity if he had something he could do and then, had enough money that he could buy the stamps. But he can't hold up his head in dignity if he got to go up there and listen to people telling me, well, you better have some money, you better get you a job because you won't get the stamp for $3 next month, because that's happening too.
We find that a lot of poor people say they can't afford stamps. They don't realize they have been spending a lot more money for food.
You see
than it
this
would
crap?
take them.
That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead. There you go.
You see what I'm saying? How you gonna sit up there and tell me that I'm hungry, bro? I can't afford these stamps. How you gonna tell me that I can't afford them?
Right. Hey, I'm gonna let you go. Get
That's
this,
sad.
Get that in Sirach. Go to Sirach 28. 28.
Like I'm broke, bro.
I think 13. Sirach 28, 13. That's the spirit of this white man.
Right.
Yep. He caused the problem and he comes in with the solution.
Mm-hmm.
He don't say nothing. That's crazy. He don't say nothing until you jack up and spend all your money. Well, you're spending more money than you should have been.
Exactly. Like, hold
Why
on
you
now.
say that from the front here? I guess because I made my money now.
Exactly. Read it.
The book of Sirach, chapter 28, verse 13. Curse the whisperer and double tongue, for such have destroyed many and were at peace.
You see that? The double tongue. Esau is a double tongue snake.
Right.
The scripture said what? Read again.
Curse the whisperer and double tongue.
The whisperer meaning what? They and they secret means.
Right.
Like, I remember Bishop Yawasop brought out, and I never thought about it. About how they would do segregation and all that. They didn't want black kids in rooms with white kids. Bishop Yawasop say, well, I can't speak about how to oppress you if you sit right beside me.
Right.
I can't have a round table of all white people discussing oppressing black people, coming up with having them paying 50 cents on a dollar if you right here.
Right.
So I gotta have you outside of my school system. I gotta have you away from me so we can come together as a whole to learn how to oppress you.
That's heavy though.
That's a double tongue man to go on camera and say, well, they just some dumb niggas basically.
Right.
Hey, and he's
but she got 7 kids.
He's speaking that with confidence.
With confidence. Like these niggas stupid.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what they doing.
Like,
we gotta take care of them.
Right.
Read the scripture again.
Curse the whisperer and double tongue, for such have destroyed many that were at peace.
You see that white man destroyed our brothers and sisters that was at peace.
Right.
270 acres. I'm gonna keep going back to 270 acres, and not just Reverend Simmons, but it was when you read the article, it tells you that they did that to a lot of our people here in the South. Took their land, killed the father, and ran the family off.
Yep. So we riding up. So when we riding down those highways, you know what I'm saying, we going to the desert, we riding up 49 and what have you. A lot of that land.
Wait. Hold. I'm sorry to stop you. When you ride, not on the highway, but when you take that right or that left and you go over a hill and go up through the woods, you see mansions.
Hey, boy.
You see mansions.
I think I remember one time we went to camp
Yeah,
out there and we did something. We know we in the hood. We what we at doing it, but then you just go a little further, and that look like something it's the same shit. I said, what is this?
So you go over the bridge.
Mansions. Suspicious. Esau got mansions all up through the woods.
That's crazy. And I'm just saying, like, because like a lot of that land that's out there that belonged to us.
Yep. Stolen land.
Well, Jackson, Mississippi, for instance. Jackson, Mississippi was named after Andrew Jackson. And the explorer for Hines, his name was Thomas Hines. So they had who they killed off to get this land.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Wow! And none of them belonged to them.
I can bring in an example even closer. Whoever went down 49 and drove past Pocahontas, Mississippi, what y'all see on 49? Y'all wouldn't think nothing else. Dollar General, some old brick buildings. That's it. How many of y'all ever drove through there, actually in the town of Pocahontas?
I ain't never drove
Hey,
through
I'm telling you, hey, one day me and my wife say, man, I've been driving through this spot for years. What's all in there? Did you know once you go past the woods, you got lakefront property?
Damn.
Wow. Lakefront property with mansions.
Big old lake.
And Pocahontas, Mississippi, right off 49, going north.
So you got to go inside.
You got to go inside the woods.
You see what's really real.
They got all the post stuff on the 49 to make it look like ain't nothing about that time. But you drive through, you go through them trees, them thickets. Man, they got lakefront property, big ass mansions.
Stay over there at Dollar General. Don't come this way.
Right.
Go to Dollar General.
Ducked off. Stolen land.
This is crazy.
Hey, we're gonna come back to that because we ran out of time. Hey, play that. I just put the one by. Play that video to see how Esau really feels about the Negro and him fighting to be a human being, to be a full man and woman. You know they call it 3/5 of a man or whatever. Just to be regular citizens. Let's see how Esau really feel, because the scriptures that curse the whisper and the double tongue. Let's see when they get amongst their own people and they get asked certain questions. Let's see how they truly feel.
Oh man! Oh, this is an all-white room.
Play that. You ready to see?
Mrs. J.D. Milam, and I think this is the most ridiculous thing that has ever happened.
So she's talking about segregation and us getting certain laws passed for us to basically, not be chattel slaves anymore, right? So she said it's a ridiculous thought. Play on. I'm gonna let it play out.
Ridiculous thing that has ever happened. The Negroes are just as free as we are.
I saw him let it play out. You see what
these blanket statements?
The niggas are just as free as we are.
You saw the comfort in her tone.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Stop playing a victim. They still say these same things to this day. Stop. Just forget that. You're free. You got jobs.
That's way back then.
Right.
The most ridiculous thing that has ever happened. The Negroes are just as free as we are. They have the same opportunity to work and to build their part of the town just the same as we have.
Hold. No. Excuse me.
Bring it out.
She said just a part of the town is the same as they are.
How?
So why the hell they got mansions and stuff in the woods?
Right.
Why we ain't part of that part of the town? Why we can't come back there? We ain't a part of nothing. These white men understand that.
It's that double tongue. They're
Yes,
liars.
they liars, man. This is crazy.
Play on.
Won't bat an eye.
Same opportunity to work and to build their part of the town just the same as we have. I just don't understand it and don't approve of it. I'm going to stand up for my rights.
Thank you very much. Jim Knight with WALB Television News. We're soliciting the views of Albany people on the Civil Rights Bill. Would you like to give us your views?
Well, I think if they remain peaceful, it would be a lot better than perhaps the violence that would be concerned. Well, of course, being a Southerner, I'm not for it at all.
I see.
and I just don't know how it's going to turn out. I hope we don't have any trouble.
We're soliciting opinions on the Civil Rights Bill. Would you like to give us yours?
I'm sorry, but I don't think it's the time right now. I think they have equal rights, though.
Thank you very much. Would you like to express your views?
No, I don't think so.
How about you?
Nope.
What I'd have to say wouldn't be fit to go on air.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Paul.
You know what he gonna say?
Paul. You know, you watching this clip. When the clip came out, what, 1950, 1960?
It gotta be the 60s.
But guess what?
Civil rights.
You go on the news, you see the same thing today. Instead of them saying that, they say, hey, make America great again.
Right.
MAGA. That same hatred that they have then, them children today still got that same hatred against us.
Right.
The children of Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Give me Ezekiel 35:5.
Why he putting that scripture?
My bad.
I'm sorry.
I just want to finish. It's like maybe 10 more seconds. I promise I'm just play it real quick.
You got it. I thought.
No, you all right. Play, just finish it out. Watch this.
Oh, praise.
How about you?
Because I want y'all to get the scriptures after the whole thing. Watch this.
I have to say wouldn't be fit to go on air.
Thank you very much.
I don't like it. I think you're just trying to put something on us that we don't want.
I see.
We ought to have a national election on it rather than just letting 9 men tell us what we got to do.
And how about you?
I feel the same.
Fine, thank you very much.
I sure don't like it, that's for sure.
All right, so you can pause. All right, so you can pause. Put that screenshot that I just put in the group. So the interview took place in Georgia, right? So I just put a screenshot in the group. This is a comment from somebody that lives in the town where they did the interview at. Read that.
Yep, this interview was in my hometown, Albany, Georgia.
In the deep south. Go ahead.
I showed my grandmother this video 2 to 3 years ago.
So she showed it to her grandmama too, because her grandma was back there during that time that those interviews didn't take place. Go ahead.
Of course, I was like, they're so terrible.
So the granddaughter was like, man, this is bad. What they saying? You know what I'm saying about y'all, Reed?
How could they say such things?
How can they say that?
This is what my grandma said. I couldn't believe it. She said, they're being nice for TV.
Boy, she said they being nice. Them calling you niggers and not wanting you to have civil rights against whatever bill passed to help you out. Grandma said they were being nice.
Nice.
You heard the one dude say, whatever I got to say ain't fit for TV.
Right.
You might as well, shoot, you ain't going to put this out.
So what I'm showing you once again, people that was back then, they able to show, and the people, a lot of people have been silenced. Not being able to show the true colors of these people.
Yep.
You know, because like you read with the other video, how they would go in front of the media and political parties and stuff and speak nice on camera about the Negro, when the whole time, the people that were actually going through it, they had a totally different story. Go ahead.
Now, you can get your scripture. I just wanted to point this out though, just because when was this? It was 1950 something.
It's round it.
Put it back up. I mean, we can start at the end. I just want you to put it back up and just scroll, just dial back the time a little bit. You see that little boy right there? That is a grown man today.
Right.
He is making decisions in the community.
Exactly.
He's a judge.
He's a judge.
He's a
He's
doctor.
a doctor. He's your police officer.
He's politics.
He's your police chief. He's something in this world today who shares the same viewpoints of his father.
Right.
So that's all I wanted to point out. Like the mindset does not go away. Remember the scripture says there's nothing new under the sun, right? It ain't going nowhere. If they thought like this at one point, guess what? They still think like that to this day.
Yep.
And you heard that little protest when he said what he said at the end. He said, "I just don't think 11 men should tell us what we have to do. You know, it don't take but one man to tell him if he say what he want to hear."
Yeah.
So go ahead, officer.
Hey, give me Ezekiel 35 and verse 2. Then we're gonna jump down to 5.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 2.
Bring it out.
Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
So Mount Seir refers to the nation of Edom, the so-called white man today. The precept is Genesis 36, verse 8. Jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
So based on those clips, you see the perpetual hatred that them folks, white folks, hate for our people. You know, they don't even want our people to have the resources to make better lives for themselves. Like the old white woman in the video. They don't sit right with me. They get equal rights as us. They just as free as us.
Right.
They relish in the fact that they was able to keep our people in bondage under their heel for so long. They hate the fact that the slaves that they once had, they getting free. Right. Read on.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
So they've been killing us from the times of slavery, Ku Klux Klan, police brutality. They've been shedding our blood on this soil for hundreds of years and still doing it today. Read on.
In the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end.
So a time of our iniquity had an end, they're doing the time of slavery. You know, Emancipation Proclamation, 1865, we supposed to be free and clear, right?
Right.
But instead of doing that, the white man changed up the laws that came over the 13th Amendment. You know, slavery is abolished unless you commit a crime. Then they created all these new laws to deeply further criminalize so-called black code, Jim Crow, the segregation laws, sharecropping laws, all vagrancy laws, all type of stuff that pretty much kept our people in the same bondage that allegedly the 1865 Emancipation supposed to done eradicated. So, you know, hey, never trust your enemy. These people are the same back then, they're the same today.
Right.
Yep. Hey, now go ahead. You go ahead.
Give me a Beckett 2 and 4. A Beckett 2 and 4.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
It's not upright in him. He can't help but to be evil. That's all he can do. He can't help but to be evil. Everything that he gonna say is always gonna be, or do, is always gonna be against the Israelites. He can't help that. That's why he can sit up there and say, look here, what I gotta say, it don't even need to be on camera. Because this dude probably tarred and feathered and cut off so many rods
You know it.
in his life and lynched so many people. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Now, you probably one of them grand dragons of the KKK. He
Right.
incriminate himself.
Read that again.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up in him is not upright in him. But the just shall live by his faith.
You see that? So that's all I wanted to put out there, man. His soul ain't upright in him. He can't help but to be evil. This man, we keep trusting him to do the right thing over and over and over again. What that Biden, when he said in his election, what you got to lose?
That was Trump.
Trump said, y'all already broke. Y'all already ain't got no land. Right, these folks, they can't help but to be evil. Right. And then he get in office and things get even worse.
Damn.
His soul is not upright and he can't do right. All praise.
Hey, go ahead.
Let me just say this right quick. That script that you brought up about the perpetual hatred, what our people don't understand is that the Most High has a perpetual hatred.
Right. That's right.
He has a perpetual hatred. But let's get Romans right quick just to show who he hates first.
Bring it out.
And then I'm going to prove to you that his hatred is perpetual as well. So we don't have to worry about that. We just got to repent, come back to these laws.
That's
right.
Read that, officer.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13.
Come on.
Bring it out. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
So we know Jacob is the 12 tribes of Israel. He's the father of 12 tribes of Israel, God's chosen people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
And he hated who?
But Esau have I hated.
Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Now go to Amos right quick. I'm going to be done with this. Amos 1:11.
The book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 11.
Bring it out.
Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom.
For 3 transgressions of Edom. So he's coming after sin. Come on.
And for 4. I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword.
Read.
And they cast off all pity.
Cast off all. This man had no pity. This is East. This is Edom. He said Edom. He said of transgressions of Edom. That's Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Read on.
And his anger did tear perpetually. And he kept his wrath forever.
He kept his wrath forever. Now, I want you to read it again because I missed something.
Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
I what?
I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
That's perpetual. I will not. Read it again.
Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
I will not turn away the punishment thereof. That's perpetual.
That's right.
He's not going to turn that away. All right? Finish it off.
Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and they cast off all pity.
With no pity to this day.
And his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
He kept his wrath forever. Read on. Oh, no, that's it. Go ahead.
Hey, put that next video up that I put up there. Let's get a little bit of Moab now. Had a whole lot. Hey, but all praise the Most High. We gonna get it in.
Play the sound bite.
Part 3.
Right.
Be Chinese, be pay jokes.
They thought we forgot.
Play that video.
Worked hard. I'd get up at 4 o'clock and get my breakfast done. Just at dawn of day, I go to the field and be pick cotton.
Mr. and Mrs. Haywood Jenkins of Sharkey County, Mississippi have, between them, picked cotton for over a century.
My boss man came along. He says, Mary Jane? I said, sir. Says, I say, when you wash? I said, I washed last night. He said, I don't want you to do that no more. That's my agent, you know. He says, every Friday morning or Friday evening, you wash. And let all the children stay there with you until you get through. When you get through, then y'all can go back to field and wait. Now, the agent was mean, some of them. Some of them was mean. They want to whoop the colored people. And that time, the white man come along. He says, hey, but you ain't in the field yet? He just had started applying. He said, yes, I've just not had to eat my dinner. God damn it, you ain't doing a goddamn thing. Says,
All right, pause. So, is our kids?
Yep, I
You
sure
saying
called it.
the Asian?
Yeah, Moab.
What sound like she said?
The Asian.
Did what? What she do? Rewind and play it again.
The Asian whooped somebody.
There you go. You got it. That's it. Play again.
Yeah, Bruce Lee.
Jane, I said, sir. Says, I say, when you wash? I said, I washed last night. He said, I don't want you to do that no more. That's my agent, you know. He says, every Friday morning or Friday evening, you wash. And let all the children stay there with you until you get through. When you get through, then y'all can go back to the field and wait. Now, the agent was mean, some of them. Some of them was mean. They wanted to whoop the colored people.
All right, pause. That's it. You heard it. I'm pretty sure a lot of us saw this video a lot of time, but we never. Wait a minute.
Right.
Yeah.
Asians used to whoop colored folks during the time of cotton.
Yeah.
During the time of picking cotton.
But look at the year. Look at the year. We can't go past that. What that say?
Put it back on screen.
68.
Oh man, I was 3 years old.
1968.
I was 3 years old.
Officer Kez was alive, and the Asian.
They ain't whoop you did, Officer Kez.
I don't know. I know my daddy did.
Damn. Yo, this is crazy, man. So wait a minute. So you think you think the Chinese man your friend because he's selling you compound chicken? He put the compound on your behind though.
Right.
Once upon a time. Okay.
That's where it come from.
Hey, so as you see, right? Hey, get that in Jeremiah 48. Jeremiah 48, 11. Not verse 11. Yep, read that.
Yes, sir. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 48. Chapter 48, verse 11.
Read it.
Moab have been at ease from his youth, and have settled on his leaves, and have not been empty from vessel to vessel.
See that? So Moab been throughout the whole Moab life. Moab been taking it easy. Been in the background oppressing Negroes. That's why they eat cat, rat, bat, and dog. The Lord said they've been, what it said? And a seller on his leave. That's something, that's a dread, that's worthless. Right. Moab always wanted to be like Esau. Matter of fact, get that in 2nd Ezra. 1545. So as you saw in the video, the same people that, because you notice, even Esau know that Moab is the Lord watchpot. You notice when he asked her, she said he asked her, when you watch? She said, I watch such and such day. He said, no, I don't want you watching that day. That's for Asians, you know. So even the white man know that Moab the Lord watch pot. Right. Moab ain't worth nothing.
Ping, ping,
Read that.
ping, ping, ping.
That's it. Read that.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 46. And thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon.
See that? So just like the white man had us in those fields picking cotton, the Asians own fields too. I was scared. You said you was 3.
I was 3.
My mother was a teenager. In those fields.
Read up.
Wow.
In those fields.
I'm all about 10.
Working for the Asian. Read on.
And thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and of the glory of her person. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch.
Thou wretch. The Lord called Moab a wretch. Why?
because thou hast made thyself like unto her.
So everything that Babylon do to us, Moab trying to mimic the same thing.
Exactly.
Over there whipping them Negroes for and picking cotton and paying them nothing on nothing. I'm gonna go do the same thing.
Get in on this.
Exactly.
Right.
Read on.
And has decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory. They might please and glory in thy lovers,
So,
which have
finish it out.
Which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee.
They always desired to commit whoredom with Babylon. Now, I put an article in there. Pull that.
Before you leave it, officer, why they pulling that up? Go back to that one you pulled at first. I see some at the end of that. Jeremiah 48:11, real fast.
Oh, okay.
Because there's something on there. This for the Negro right here. Because every time you bring up, us going into slavery and things like that, people come around and they say, well, what about the Chinese? Weren't they in slavery? What they were doing? Weren't they in the mines or something like that? Okay, well, watch what the Bible say. We gonna believe you with your dumb self or the Bible. God, read that.
Jeremiah chapter 48, verse 11.
Read it out.
Moab have been at ease.
Moab, the Chinese so-called, have been at ease. Read.
From his youth.
Come on.
And he have settled on his lead. And have not been empty from vessel to vessel.
He's not been empty from vessel to vessel or what?
Neither have he gone into captivity.
What it say?
Neither have he gone into captivity.
The Bible say the Chinese man ain't never been in captivity. So don't ever come around here with that lie trying to compare what they went through, which obviously is nothing, to the plight of the people of God. Right. Finish that out.
Therefore, his taste remain in him, and his scent is not changed.
That's why he think he could come to the South, come to Mississippi, and beat on God's people. Because he ain't never been through nothing. God got something for him, though. He going to partake in the hope of Babylon, the destruction of Babylon.
That's
like I was going
right.
to bring it out. Go ahead. I saw that right there. I just had to.
Right. All praise Most High. Hey, go to that article. Go pull the article and go down. I'll tell you when to stop.
You can read time.
Yeah, read time.
Chinese in Mississippi and ethnic people in a biracial society.
So scroll down. I'm gonna tell you when to stop. So keep going. Scroll. Right there. Go back up. Yeah, right there. Star right there. The Chinese.
Yes.
So watch how much Moab wanna be like Esau, bro. Read it.
The Chinese also carved out a distinctive spot as a third element in a predominantly biracial society. White Mississippi.
So when you read the article, it speaks about how Moab was basically the middleman for blacks and whites. So when a white man needed some cotton pickers, because Moab wasn't as harsh as far as whipping black folks, Moab supplied. Because Moab let blacks come in their stores, shop with them, whatever the case may be. So by blacks and whites being at odds, when it came to looking for workers, Moab played the middleman.
They trusted Moab a little bit more than they.
Exactly.
Right.
Read on.
White Mississippians originally classified the Chinese in the Delta on a low social par with African Americans.
Go ahead.
They were outsiders in a racially aware state. They sold their goods mostly to black customers, and they lived in black neighborhoods. Most black and white people did not, however, see Chinese as precisely equivalent to African Americans.
Scroll.
Can you scroll?
Yeah.
Chinese were culturally and linguistically quite different from Mississippi African Americans.
You know what? Just scratch that. Go back. Go up. Go up to. Let me see. Hold up. I got it. Say something clever, Officer Brogan.
Shoot, can I get a scripture? Psalms 83, because it's a whole hit list for these folks.
Bring it out.
Read Psalms 83 and read verse 1 and 2.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Keep not thou silence, O God.
So, God, we should always be praying for vengeance amongst these heathens, based off the atrocities they have done to us. So God said, keep not thy silence, read.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace. So when it's destruction, there shouldn't be no pity for these heathens.
That's right.
Meaning, all aware, all destruction. Come on.
And be not still, O God.
And don't be still when judgment comes upon these heathens. Let it be done. Come on.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel.
They taken crafty counsel. That's what we've been talking about. How these heathens took crafty counsel amongst us. Read.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thine hidden ones.
And they consulted against the children of Israel.
Right. Hey. So go back to the article. Go to Mississippi Chinese Society. Put it back on screen. Put it on screen. So I want you all to see how much of a partaker Moab wanted to be with Babylon. Read that.
The desire to become identifiable with white society shaped the institutions that anchored Chinese society in Mississippi.
So they desired to be like how the scripture said, your wife desire is supposed to be to you.
Mm-hmm.
They desire to be like Babylon.
Wow.
Read on.
The tongue was a social organization that structured much Delta Chinese social activity in the early days of settlement.
Go ahead.
But by the 1930s, the Baptist church became important for the Delta Chinese.
What the hell is Moab doing in the Baptist church?
Catching the Holy Ghost.
Speaking of tongues.
And he's a Delta-like.
Right. No.
Cut that out.
No. Edit that out.
Hey, y'all can have them too.
No.
Man, this is crazy.
Hey, I put a picture in the. I put a one by the picture. Can you pull that picture up? Pull that picture real quick. So
Moab and the Delta.
So, like I said, they've been hiding in plain sight. Put that on screen. Because some might think we lying. Them niggas, they don't know what the hell they talking about. What do you see right there? Can you read that?
Chinese Baptist Church.
Chinese Baptist Church. Who are all those people out in front of that church? Moabites. Chinese people.
So wait a minute.
That's in Cleveland.
Wait a minute. So after the Sunday service over with, they in the back cooking Szechuan chicken.
Instead of hogs and fatback, they cooking back
fried rice.
Your cat.
Damn. They ain't cooking dogs. They don't do that. They don't do it for themselves. They do it for us.
No, they eat that.
Now they eat that. They eat it too.
They eat all that. Yeah, they eat all that.
But what I'm saying, they've been hiding in plain sight. Whoever knew that the Chinamen desiring to be so much like Babylon would be in the Baptist church
in the Delta?
That's blasphemy, ain't it?
They ain't never believed in Caesar Borgia. I don't even. That right there is just crazy. Just to see all of them out there. They in there shouting.
Ain't they supposed to be Buddhists? Chinese supposed to be Buddhists.
They Baptists now.
Buddhist Baptist.
You know, it's crazy. That stuff like that is why Esau have this saying about the so-called Chinese. They say Asians are the model minority because they come to America, they assimilate to white society 100%.
Right.
Everything white folks do, they gonna do.
They ain't gonna fight against it.
They ain't gonna fight
Have you
against
ever seen the Moab ever just try to bring some type of legislation? You know what I'm saying? To try to make it better for everyone. You know what I'm saying? As far as white side, they cool with it.
Moab, all right. Long as they can oppress you and sell you whatever they got in the store.
They thinking they got next now.
Yeah,
you do know that.
They
got next.
They got next, all right. Next from God hit.
Next slavery.
Most high don't miss.
Right.
So I got one last video right here. One last video. Play this video, and y'all got anything else? No. Play the video that I just put up.
The Chinese Baptist Church.
Chinese Baptist Church.
That's oxymoron, man.
Right. Ain't no way, boy.
I'm a Chinese Baptist.
Boy. And I didn't get a chance to go into like all the businesses and stuff like that with Moab, but maybe Lord will another day. But play the video.
We'll get them.
Let's see the destruction that has been done to the black man. And if you got kids or whatever, it's just, there's a lot of stuff going on in this video. Let's see the effect the Chinaman and the white man took on the black man. Because, like I said, going back to that very first article on what they would do to the black man to destroy his family and his goods. Play that. Excuse the language, y'all.
I went for a job and they sent me to the state employment agency. You know what they told me?
So this man's a Vietnam vet. He's a veteran that went and fought
for this country.
For Esau,
for whatever
right,
country.
for Esau's country,
Uh-huh.
right? And now he's back and he's complaining about being mistreated by the very same people he went over there and killed people for. Play.
Well, I see you have a minor infraction here for public intoxication while driving a motor vehicle. So I said, what that mean? I did 3 tours over there, 2 voluntary tours. You didn't say nothing about that little infraction when I was over there fighting and killing people. The majority of my friends from Brownsville, Harlem, and Memphis died. Some of them don't have no motherfucking waist from down to up. Some of them can't see. Some of them are just shell shocked. You dig it? I was lucky. I got a motherfucking Chinese-made rifle bullet in my motherfucking foot. It make me feel like I want to kill.
So that's it. You see the effect that when we don't know our God, you see the effect that these other nations can have on you. Officer Parker brought out. It's a conspiracy.
Yep.
Right.
The same people that hate you sending you to fight other people that hate you.
Right. Exactly.
What does that do to the mind, bro? Like, we the only race of people that go through that.
That's crazy, man.
One people that hate you sending you to fight another race of people that hate you just as much as they do. That want to be just like them. Who's sending you?
Man,
Right.
that's crazy.
Muhammad Ali saw that. Remember?
Yeah.
He saw that. They tried to get him to go to war. He took jail.
Read that Jeremiah 48 again.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 48, verse 47.
Bring it up.
Yet will I bring again the captivity of Moab.
Moab is going into slavery.
That's right.
That's what the Bible says.
Right.
That's Moab. Moab going into slavery. Go ahead.
In the latter days, saith the Lord. Thus far is the judgment of Moab.
That's the end of the chapter. That's the judgment for the so-called Chinamen. Chinese man,
Right.
Chinese woman. Slavery awaits you. Just like the white man.
That's right.
Hell, let's get some. Y'all jump in here.
No, you got it.
Get Isaiah 63.
Bring it out.
Isaiah 63:1. Put those pictures up, man. Put those pictures up. Isaiah 63:1.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 63, verse 1.
So Moab going into captivity. Let's see about Esau. Go ahead.
Who is that coming from Edom?
Uh-huh.
With dyed garments from Basra?
Read.
This that is glorious in his apparel.
Uh-huh.
Traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Greatness of his strength. Who is this coming from killing them Edomites? That oppressed our people secretly. Who is this man?
Bring it out.
That's Christ. Go ahead.
I that speak in righteousness mighty to save.
Uh-huh.
Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel?
Uh-huh.
And thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine
So
fat.
why you got all this blood on you, Christ? What you been doing? Go ahead.
I am trodden the wine press alone.
Christ said, I killed all, put the Edomites up. Moab, you going, Christ said, I killed all of them.
Right.
Bring it out.
By myself. That's why my garments are red. From they damn blood on me. Go ahead.
And of the people there was none with me.
There was none to help Christ. Read.
For I will tread them in mine anger.
In their anger because of all the stuff they did to us. Right. Secretly and openly.
Right.
Not wanting people to have common civil rights.
Right.
The niggas, they already got equal rights. Meaning, work in the fields as chattel slavery, that's what that Edomite woman was looking at as equal rights. Work in the field as a dog, as a slave.
Wow.
So just like the Lord gonna trample them men right there, them Edomite men, the same for you Edomite women. Same thing.
Right.
Go ahead.
For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury.
Read.
And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments.
What gonna happen?
And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment.
Read.
For the day of vengeance is in mine heart,
Uh-huh.
and the year of my redeemed is come.
The year of my redeemed is come. Your time is coming, Moab.
That's right.
White man, Esau, your time coming. Read Isaiah 60 and 20.
Bring it out.
Read Isaiah 60 and 10. And Isaiah 60, 10 and 12. 2:12. Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 10.
Uh-huh.
And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their king shall minister unto thee.
So Kim Jong, I can't talk.
Kim
Jong-un, whoever his name is, Donald Trump, Joe Biden,
Wong Fong,
Putin, whoever. Hell, even damn, what's the boy name Fast and Furious? Han? He might, whatever. He might be a Moabite. The Lord say, all of these strangers, they're going to build up our wall.
Right.
Just like Moab had us building the Great Wall of China, when they fooling us, thinking 4 foot ling did all that work, the Lord said, you're going to do even more. Read.
Right.
For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy.
So we disobeyed God. We get ourselves right. God said in his favor, he going to have what?
Have mercy on thee.
He going to have mercy on us and us only. Go ahead.
Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night.
Read.
That men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles.
Who the Gentiles? The white man, the Chinese man.
Right.
All that you stole from us secretly, you bringing it back. Whether it's gold, hell, I want a brand new cotton shirt, matter of fact.
Right.
I want it crispy.
It don't never shrink.
After the gold and everything, I want you to hand knit me a damn cotton shirt.
Right.
I want a fresh pair of socks.
Right. From all the cotton that they stole from over here. Go ahead.
And that their kings may be brought.
Read.
For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
Shall perish. Read.
Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
They go for you, Esau and Moab. Y'all got something? Y'all go ahead. Y'all got something? Come on, man.
That's it. You got it, man.
Get one. Hey. Give me Revelation chapter 2 and verse 26 and 27. These here's the beautiful words of Jesus Christ himself in the book of Revelation.
Bring it out.
Just okay, Christ died for everybody. Christ is for everybody. I said, no, Christ is for his people. This is what he say, what he going to do for his people when we get back on top. Read.
The book of Revelation chapter 2 verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
So you Israelites that's listening, if you repent of your sins and keep the commandments of God to the best of your ability until the sky crack or till your death, you going to get what?
Hey, to him will I give power over the nations.
You're going to get power over the nations. Power over the so-called white man, Edom. Power over the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs. Power over the Chinese man, Moab. You're going to have power over them. The same way they got power over us. Hey, the table's going to be turned. It's going to be a beautiful day when it do. Read on.
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
We're going to rule over them with a rod of iron. We showed y'all videos and clips of the nations that hate us ruling us with a rod of iron. Them tables going to get turned.
Right.
It's going to be a beautiful day. Read on.
As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers.
So you put that iron rod to a clay pot, it's going to break into 1,000 pieces. Anybody that try to check our rule, they're going to get busted upside their head with that iron rod doing our rulership. Read on.
Even as I received of my Father.
Hey, we getting that from the Most High God. You getting that from Christ, because Christ getting it from the Most High God. He going to give it to his servant to set this world in order.
Hey,
rulership.
One more. Go to Jeremiah 46. Go back to Jeremiah 46. Jeremiah 46, verse 27, 28. I'll be finished. Read that.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 46, verse 27. But fear not thou, O my servant Jacob, and be not dismayed, O Israel.
Read.
For behold, I will save thee from afar off, and thy seed from the land of their captivity.
From here in Babylon and all the other places we scattered there. Read.
And Jacob shall return.
Put the pictures up. Put them up. Come on.
And Jacob shall return and be in rest and at ease, and none shall make him afraid.
Nobody gonna make us afraid. Ain't no Chinaman gonna be whipping our back.
That's right.
Ain't no white man gonna be buying and selling us, giving us, having to pay 50 cents on a dollar. All the crazy stuff they had us doing. We're gonna be arrested that day. All of that will be over with. Read.
Fear thou not, O Jacob, my servant, saith the Lord.
Read.
For I am with thee. For I will make a full end of all the nations whither I have driven
What God say?
I will make an end of all the nations whither I have driven
Read it one more time.
I will make an end of all the nations.
You reading it wrong. Read it one more time.
For I will make a full end.
A full end. The Lord gonna kill all you nations off.
That's right.
That's right.
Read.
I will make a full end of all the nations whither I have driven thee. But I will not make a full end of thee.
Read.
But correct thee in measure.
Come on.
Yet will I not leave thee wholly unpunished.
So even some of you Christians that ain't gonna repent and keep the commandments of God, God said He gonna kill you too.
Right.
If you're not a repentant Israelite, this will waste you. Death will waste you. So Moab and the so-called Chinaman and Esau, that's just.
Give a bomb, man. Got the bomb.
That's
ready for slavery.
Yo, that's it.
That's right.
Hey, it's over with. Hey, work out.
That's it.
Right.
Tell you better get your mind right.
Good and in shape.
Because you're going to have to get ready for this, whether you're ready or not.
Right.
Get it together. Put the General Soul chicken down. Try to eat your vegetables. Get you know what I'm saying?
Eat right.
Eat your Wheaties.
Right. We
you know
need
what
you
I'm
in the
saying?
gym all day.
Get ready. All praises to the Most High, man. Hey, man, it was fire, bro.
All praise.
This was some good stuff right here.
All praises to the
praises.
Most High.
Man, gosh, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know what you got. What else you gonna get after that?
Hey, when somebody that did something wrong and they got their tail whooped, like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, man. You should mess with them.
Shoot, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. All praise to the Most High God for allowing us to come in here and do this again. Let's get our credentials real quick. Yeah.
Want to send donations. Send donation to Israel United in Christ, P.O. Box 13601, Jackson, Mississippi 39236, or via PayPal, iuic.jacksonms@israelunite.org.
Yes, sir. If you want to help us support the show, help us grow, help us get better, you know, you can send donations. All praises. And for those of you who have already, we appreciate you. Thank you. Next one. Yeah, pull that.
For the land fund, you heard the bishop put out the vision for next year's Passover. We need our own land. Let's make it happen. Send in your donation via PayPal. Make sure you put land in the notes. How? PayPal, email israelunite.org, label land.
Oh, praise. So yeah, and it's kind of cool that we was going into how our land was taken away from us. Guess what? It's time for us to get that back.
That's right.
Get that back and then keep God's commandments on that land. So the land fund's still open, y'all. Let's make sure we supporting that effort. Let's make sure we get this for us. Get something for us. Get something for our children, our people. You understand? So we ain't got to worry about going on some state park and getting put out or having anybody's watching every move you make.
Time limit.
You see what I'm saying? So all praises to the Most High God. So that's it, y'all. Either you gonna get it, Moab, you gonna get it too. That's understand that. And if you the nation, you ain't the nation of Israel. Well, same thing awaits. Get ready, enjoy your life while you got it.
Right.
All praises. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, y'all. My name is Officer Ryan. With me, I got
Officer Hosan.
Officer Zacchaeus.
Who else we got?
Officer Yehukanan.
Officer Caleb.
Officer Baraka.
And we are your crew for Cure the
Culture.
We out. Shalom.
Trying down, only way to say to colonize mine. Yeah, it's time for the cure. Oh my God, make my Bible come alive, so my people start to finally realize that it's time for the cure. Yeah, it's time for the cure. Yeah, it's time for the cure. Worldwide, prophets turning upside down, going live. Babylon is on fire, cause it's time for the cure.
We in the business of filling prescriptions to pass the phone. Got a Christian that's vaccinated, that's sedated, but we out here giving the antidote. Got a cure for your deadly disease and STDs. Have a dose. We was built for the battle. Just pass me the scalpel and we can go under the microscope. Our approach is full of finesse. By the science, he under duress. Heart is beating, just look at his chest. Cardiac, he under arrest. My people, they needing that medicine. They sleeping, they needing the sedatives. Seize a bowl to ease the pain. I need some more hope. Just a coat, we'll do it like this. Armbands on the wrist, cut the sin like a cyst. And my God in the midst, put the scripts in the mix. Twofold like a Twix, it's switch to the lips. But it's bitter to the belly, all in and it's heavy. Clean cuts, no machete. Cure, come and get ready. Hold on.
Oh, wow, Jerusalem, trying down. Only way to say to colonize mine. Yeah, it's time for the cure. Oh my God, make my Bible come alive, so my people start to finally realize that it's time for the cure. Yeah, it's time for the cure. Yeah, it's time for the cure. Worldwide, prophets turning upside down, going live. Babylon is on fire, cause it's time for the cure.
What is the nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.